All right. So there's guys out there who are excited just to be invited to anything, right? And even if they're not going to be hanging out with the best group of people, even if there's going to be drinking there and they know deep down that's going to be counterproductive to their goals, that's not what they want to do, they'll go because, again, they're just excited to be invited to anything. And when they're pressured to drink there, they'll drink. Whereas there's other guys out there who hang out with like-minded people, people who don't pressure them into drinking. And if someone does offer them a drink, they just say, I don't drink, and leave it at that. I was very much like the first guy I talked about, where I was again just excited to be invited to anything, and I would fall into peer pressure rather than focus on my own goals. And now I'm like the latter guy, and I want to talk about this a little bit and how quitting alcohol has changed my life. All right. Now, firstly, I remember vividly when I first drank alcohol. I was with my friends. This was grade 11. And at that time, I had really bad anxiety. I still have anxiety, but at that time, it was really, really bad. And I also had depressive kind of thoughts at that time. And my friend, introduced me to alcohol. And I remember drinking it, and it was just amazing. Here was this drug that just made my anxious thoughts disappear, at least temporarily, and my depressive thoughts again disappear, at least temporarily, right? And the main things that were irking me at that point in my life were my fear or rather not my fear, my anxiety and my fear of rejection. And again, here's this drug here that can just make both of those things go away. Incredible, friggin' incredible, right? And I remember sitting on, so we were at like this playground which had like this staircase, and then there was this like mini roof thing that you could sit on or lay on, and I was laying down on that mini roof there. I remember just talking to my friend. He was sitting down across from me. I'm like, this is the most incredible feeling ever. I can't believe I waited this long to try alcohol. These are like the exact words I said to him. And I want to raise up a point here which I feel like it's an important point to bring up. Why is alcohol treated so lax in our society, right? Look, I'm not trying to say people cannot use it responsibly and adults shouldn't use it. It's not my place to speak on who should and shouldn't drink. But people literally die because of alcohol. People, drink alcohol, become abusive, and they hurt other people, right? Violent situations ensue because of this drug. Yet sometimes it's treated so lax in society, where it's just like having a laugh to give a little kid like a beer or something, or this everything around alcohol is just like it's this normal part of society, and it's treated very lax, and it's not taken with the seriousness that it should be, right? So the people who treat alcohol very lax, like, yo, it's just a drink, bro, like, no, put them to the side, throw them away. We don't listen to those people because, again, I'm not trying to say what adults should and shouldn't do. And there are adults out there who can drink alcohol responsibly and they're just fine. Cool, right? But what I am saying is we should be, whether you're a young kid, adult, whatever you are, should be well aware of the risks this drug brings, right? It's not just this happy-go-lucky, just have a little drink. It's not like Coke or something, right? This has very real consequences, right? And I can even give my example. I remember, so the first time I drank alcohol, I told you about that, and I thought it was the most incredible thing ever, right? So then the next time I drank a lot, and I got blackout drunk. I don't remember literally any of it, but there's just one part I remember. My friends and I, we were in this elementary school, and there's like a bench there, right? And my friends were standing up, I was laying down, and I remember my friends telling me that they were, putting their hand on my chest, and they couldn't feel a heartbeat, and they started like crying. They thought they thought I was dead. And looking back, like it was like a funny story between us, but like this is real shit, right? Like I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, and nothing has ever even come close to someone standing beside me thinking, I'm dead. And then I rose from the dead like the Undertaker, and stood up from that bench. So yeah, like it definitely not something that should be treated so lax. There are very real consequences. It is a drug, should be taken seriously. So now I want to talk a little bit about the differences I've noticed ever since I made the decision to quit. It's not like I was a heavy drinker ever really, but ever since I made the decision to quit, here's some of the benefits, right? We all know about the feeling of drinking alcohol and feeling drained the next day. Well, that's gone. So I don't really have to worry about that anymore. And let's be honest, if you're on my channel, right, like you and I, we're trying to get to a point of just improving our life in every way possible. But one of those things is definitely fitness, right? Like fitness is a big part of my content. And from like a fitness point of view, alcohol is extremely counterproductive. There's just no other way to put it. So all those worries in terms of calories, and then even in general, the research around alcohol, at least the one I've read, it shows that it's counterproductive to like muscle building and such things. So all those worries are out the door now as well, right? I don't have to worry about that. Pretty incredible feeling. And, I'm glad I made the decision to quit. For me, those have kind of been the main benefits, right? For my self-improvement journey, the next level that I wanted to reach, I felt like this was something I needed to drop. But another benefit, to point out here is that reaction I had when I first drank alcohol, how I fell in love with it. That worried me a little bit, right? Because in my family, there's someone who had a really bad relationship with alcohol. I'll just put it that way. And they became an alcoholic, and that caused a bunch of issues. And to say there's like an alcoholic gene or whatever, so that was always in the back of my mind as well, right? What if I have that gene and I also become an alcoholic? So I'm happy that I just got out of the game early and I don't bother using it anymore. Now here's one more thing I want to say. Be kind to yourself throughout this journey, right? If you've decided that you're also going to take the step to either reduce your intake or quit completely, right? Again, you can make the decision that's right for you. I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't be doing. But if you've decided to take that leap, then be kind to yourself, because I 100% get the appeal behind this drug, right? Again, it was instant relief from my anxiety, from my fear of rejection, from my more intrusive depressive thoughts, and nothing else. Realistically, nothing else has even come close to bringing that instant of a relief to that. And so I completely understand the want to just kind of, forget about all those things for a second and just enjoy life for a little bit. Like, I completely understand that desire. So this process will not be an easy one. Of course, your brain will constantly be kind of trying to get you to go back to that place because of how good it feels. So be kind to yourself throughout this journey. Maybe it won't be as perfect as you hoped out for, though I wish you nothing but the best. I hope it is. Maybe it won't be. Be kind to yourself throughout the process. Seek out support if you need it. And I believe in you. I believe you can do this. All right. And the last note I have over here is that relief that I just talked about, the relief you get from, your anxiety, and you feel ready to take on the day for the while that you drink. It's a temporary relief. It's like a credit, right? And that credit can accumulate. So if drinking alcohol becomes an everyday habit, and that's what you're doing constantly, and you're seeing it having a negative effect on your life, then maybe it's time to stop taking on all that credit, right? And I just want you to imagine for a second. Imagine that you quit and you're getting sexier by the day, right? You're achieving your fitness physique goals. You're putting on the muscle you wanted to. You're losing the fat you wanted to. You're looking in the mirror thinking, damn, I'm looking good. You know what I mean? And imagine that you feel incredible because you're no longer waking up having wasted half your day because you're hungover and you feel like shit. And you feel incredible, and you also feel incredible because you did your work and you're on par for the productivity that you promised yourself you would be, and that you wanted, the productivity path that you wanted to be on, right? Imagine that. And that's where you're headed, right? Again, be kind to yourself. It won't be an easy journey, but you can do it. And these are just some of the benefits that await you. And ultimately, we're all in this together. That's what I want to build. I want to build this little community here where we all help each other improve and get to that next level in life, all right? So I say something, which is, this is our time. I want this year to be my year, but I don't just want it to be my year. I want it to be your year as well. So come join our community. We're in this together. This is going to be our year, and we're going to take things to the next level, all right? And that's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, comment, subscribe. I'll put my Instagram, TikTok somewhere here. Please do support it there as well. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. Peace.